Hello everybody, this is Chris Williams speaking. Welcome to today's video blog, and today we're going to talk about the UK police DNA database. Because today the Home Secretary Alan Johnson is revealing the results of the consultation that the Home Office here in the UK have had with the public about the retention of DNA evidence for people who have been convicted and non-convicted. Now, as I gave some feedback because of my concerns with my Aspergers syndrome. My Aspergers syndrome means that I am in the vulnerable group of people who could commit crime, get arrested and be convicted of it, and be treated in the same way as someone who deliberately commits crime. And as we will see in a moment, other people have similar concerns to me. So here's the email that I received saying, "Dear respondent, thank you for taking the time to engage in this consultation. Please find attached the government's response." So let's look at the government's response. As you can see, it's a PDF file. You can get this from the Home Office website from today, November the 11th, 2009. And you can see, keeping the right people on the DNA database. And it's got these different sections to it. Right, let's go to part 1, but this is the part that's relevant to me. So yes, here we are. This is interesting for those who have Aspergers and who care about those with Aspergers. And it says, vulnerable groups, number of respondents 5. Respondents pointed to people with disabilities that affect their social interaction and behaviour skills being subject to arrest before their disabilities and or capacity to respond has been identified or considered. Special consideration should be considered for the deletion of data for people arrested either under the Mental Health Act or as a consequence of any mental health condition. Now, I know that you're not going to see that too clearly on the playback of this video, so I encourage you to go to the Home Office website to read this document. The Home Office website, let's have it up here, in fact I'll post this link on the blog, but it's www.homeoffice.gov.uk/document/2009-DNA-database/. So yes, I'll post that link at the end on this blog when I edit it in a moment. But let's go back to the report and let's see what the outcome is. So we're down to part 2 next. So here we go. So part 2, implementing the judgment and statutory framework for future retention. And this is the statement that the Home Secretary Alan Johnson will be reading out in Parliament during the course of today. It's currently 1:59. I think he's probably reading it out now, but Prime Minister's questions would have been over an hour ago. Because Prime Minister's questions would have ended just over an hour ago, and this is the key topic in Parliament today. So he discusses why the government wants to retain DNA evidence, and here we are. So convicted adults. We propose the indefinite retention of DNA profiles of convicted adults. So, that means if you're an adult with Asperger's, you get convicted, they'll keep your DNA forever. If you're an unconvicted adult, then they will remove your DNA after a 6-year retention period. And obviously for juveniles, if it's your first offence and that sort of thing. And also, they'll remove you after 5 years if it's a serious offence. And if you're unconvicted, they would remove you after 3 years. And so, from the point of view of vulnerable groups, the government don't seem to be distinguishing between the vulnerable groups and those who are not in vulnerable groups. Here's a summarisation of what we just said. So, adult convicted, all crimes indefinite. Adult non-convicted, serious crimes 12 years. DNA sample retention, all cases will be removed after 6 months. And fingerprint retention, adults convicted, all crimes indefinite. But it does say further on in this document that exceptional case procedures, appeals against chief that's the wrong one, sorry, but it does say in another document I found on this website that the Home Secretary will now draw some guidelines as to situations where they will delete the DNA of particular groups under special circumstances. So it is that those with Aspergers who, like me, went to crusade for parity for those who have this social disorder, where they might find themselves in some trouble without necessarily deliberately engaging in that trouble. If it's this battle will have to go on. Right, so here's the list of people who replied to this consultation, and if we go down to page 2, you will see the name of the person making this video blog, Chris Williams.